methods used here. First method is by substitution. Then the second one is by comparison. So for substitution method, these are the steps. First, I want you to jot down the steps. Draw a figure if necessary. Then second step, determine what or which is minimized or maximized. Third step, formulate equations. Then, fourth step, reduce equation into a single variable.
Sir?
Reduce equation into a single variable. Then lastly, number 5, differentiate equation and equate it to 0. So we have only 5 steps, no? And the first solution.
Is it 5, sir?
Draw a figure if necessary, number 1. Number 2, determine what or which is minimized or maximized. Number 3, formulate equations. Number 4, reduce equations into a single variable. Then differentiate equation and equate it to 0. For comparison method, the other solution in solving problems in maximum and minimum by comparison. The first step is, again, draw a figure if necessary. So it has only 4 steps here, no? Lesser than the first one. Then number 2, formulate equations. Then number 3, differentiate equations and equate their first derivative. Then number 4, use the relation and step 3 to solve for the unknowns. Use the relation in step 3 to solve for the unknowns. So sa may nakalahi diri sa method number 2 compared sa number 1.
So,
What's the difference?
To solve the answer.
Wala na gi-find kung unsa may atong i-minimize or i-maximize. Wala na, no? So mo na siya nawala diri. No?
Again. Akong pa-post ka na.
Na dili sa kinahanglan nga mo reduce to a single variable, no? So mo diretso ra ta og differentiate, then equate their first derivative. So that's method number 2 or solution number 2. So ato na siyang i-apply diri, guys. So using substitution first, what positive number added to its reciprocal gives the minimum sum? So is the figure necessary here? Necessary ba nga mo total figure? Not necessary, no? So mo jump ta sa number 2 na rule. What's may rule number 2?
Choose maximize or minimize.
Determine what is minimized or maximized, or which, no, is minimized or maximized. So dire ang atong i-minimize is sum. Ano tayo word minimum dire? Atong i-minimize ang sum. Kaya nakabalo na ta nga sum di ay, no, ang atong i-minimize. Pero ang atong gipangita guys is the positive number. Mani ato ang target na maka-determine ta sa positive number. Naton ato ko nang i-add sa iyahang reciprocal, it gives the minimum sum. So there's a condition, no, na ang positive number atong i-add sa iyahang reciprocal. Sa reciprocal sa number,
1 over
say your number is 5. What's the reciprocal? 1
1
over 5.
5.
No? 1/5 or 1 over 5. That's the reciprocal. So first we are going to assume variable. So let x be the positive number. So yan na siya, no? Assume kag variable. Nagani si Mr. X, man siya ato ang terming gamiton, basta unknown value, no? Then y is equal to the reciprocal of the number of x. Positive number. Then after that, we'll formulate equations. Rule number 3, I think. Number 3, number 4. 3. No? We'll formulate equations. So, pag formulate itong equations, ato yung basahon o maayo ang problem. So, what positive number added to its reciprocal gives the minimum sum? So,
plus y.
x is the positive number at ang i-assume nga positive number ang x, ato ni siyang i-add sa y, its reciprocal, no? Then equal to minimum sum, s. So ato na i-define po diri ang s, be the minimum sum. Ano siya? Then what's the next step?
1. Reduce equation to a single variable.
Okay, reduce equation into a single variable. So, kana siyang y, that is the reciprocal of x. Therefore, we'll say that y is equal to 1 over x. So, x plus 1 over x is equal to s. So, ato na na-reduce to single variable. Atong i-substitute ang value sa y, which is equal to 1 over x. Then, last step,
Change the equation to 0.
okay, differentiate and equate it to 0. Ano mo equate mo to 0? What's the reason?
Okay. Nag-compare ba?
Yes, wala may point, mabrang po na ito ang buwan. Pero ang rason kay ato mang na-determine nga ang sum ay ato ang i-minimize, di ba? So kung ang sum is to be minimized, na ata sa minimum, no? Point, di ba? So, kung naka sa minimum point, the curve is concave upward, the slope is what? Which is equal to the first derivative, equal to 0. This is straight line, di ba? Horizontal line, so that's 0. So, ato i-equate to 0. Hindi ka man natong differentiate. So, the first derivative is equal to 0. So, muna siya atong ibasihan. Ano siya? So, ato saan siya i-differentiate? Kung ato pa ang first derivative, then atong i-equate to 0. What is the derivative of x?
1.
So, you will say, differentiate with respect to x. Derivative of x with respect to x is 1. What is derivative of 1 over x?
1.
What is derivative of 1 over x?
x, 1x.
Negative 1 over x squared. Okay, kaya siyang x, kung ano na siyang ibutang sa numerator, negative 1 na yung power. Yeah, using power formula, so negative 1 times positive is negative na siya. Then, x to the power negative 2. Negative 1 minus 1 is negative 2. Nag-down mo ana, ma-positive 2 siya ang power. So 1 over
Dili din ako answer katong quotient rule.
pwede sa quotient rule. Mora gyapon ang answer. Pwede sa atong i-power formula. Ito siyang isaka sa numerator. Then, what is the derivative of s with respect to s? To x. Derivative of s over dx. Ano siya ang derivative of s with respect to x? So this is our first derivative of the sum. Yan, i-minimize na ito ang sum, therefore ato na siyang i-equate to 0. So kibali, minimum sum ta, no? Nata sa minimum point. So if we'll equate that to 0, we'll solve for x. This is our positive number. So what is your equation now? 1 equals 1 over x squared. Ato i-transpose ni. Dili. Sa right side. Then cross multiply. X squared equals 1. Then solve for x. Ato na siyang square root both sides. Para masolve ang x. So you have x equals
0.5.
plus and minus 1. Square root of 1 is plus and minus 1, but we need to get the positive number. So, we'll use x equals positive 1.
So ganun kaning na equal ay 1 equal 1 half ay 1 over x squared.
Pag differentiate na ito dali, so 1 over x. Atong i-differentiate ang 1 over x, ang iyang result is negative 1 over x squared. Yes. Itong equal to 0. Since x is a positive number, then x is equal to positive 1. We'll use positive 1, not negative 1. May positive man nga ito ang x. So, this is our final answer. Kung may nakikita sa problem, what positive number added to its reciprocal gives the minimum sum? It's positive 1. Then, kung atong i-check, kung tinuod ba gini siya nga minimum sum, kung ato na siyang i-add sa yang reciprocal, which is also 1, because 1 over 1 is 1 naman na siya, di ba? The sum is 2, di ba? Ato na i-substitute ang 1 dili, na equation. The minimum sum is 2. So ato na siyang i-check kung minimum ba gini sa tinuod, ang sum na 2. Saan mo pag-check? Atong gamitan og second derivative test. Kato bang inundo mo siguro mo ani itong y double prime second derivative greater than 0, it means minimum point. Kunya kung y double prime lesser than 0, that is maximum point. Then if it is equal to 0, point of inflection or inflection point. Inflection point. So ato i-test ang iyang second derivative. Mao ni ang first derivative. So ato sa i-differentiate pagbalik para maka-determine the second derivative. The derivative of ds over dx with respect to x is equal to the second derivative. Ano yung second derivative? D squared s over dx squared, which is equal to, what is derivative of 1? 0. What is derivative of this?
2.
Negative 1 over x squared. So yung mga nang isaka na ito sa numerator, ma-change ang sign sa exponent na negative 2 siya.
2 over x
And using
cubed.
power formula, negative 2 times negative 1, positive 2. So doon kay positive 2, then x to the power of negative 3.
Oh.
2 over
Dili na na i-count, sir? Ang kwan? Negative 3?
Yes, pwede na siya i-down. Nahin mo na siya 2 over
X cubed.
x cubed. Ano siya. Then, kung atong i-check, what is the value of our second derivative?
2 over 1 equals 2.
Yes, that's positive 2. If x is positive 1, 1 cube is still 1. So 2 over 1 is 2. 2 is greater than 0. So if the second derivative is greater than 0, it is minimum. Therefore, this is a true minimum sum. Okay, greater than 0 man ay ang second derivative. Okay, pero ang atong final answer kasi siya. Mao man ang gipangita sa problem. Pero gipangitaan ka og sum, what is the sum? The minimum sum, your answer is 2. That's the minimum sum. Positive 2. Any question so far? Sabtan lang? Yes. Kaya siya, ito nang i-cross multiply, no? So, mahimo siyang x squared equals 1. X squared equals 1. Then, to solve for x, take square root of both sides. Yes, square root of x squared is x, then square root of 1 is positive and minus 1. So, the value of x is positive 1. Because we let x as a positive number. Okay? Another example.
Di, sa birthday sa susunod. Di, sa kissing na. Sa kissing na.
Okay, so what is asked in the problem, guys? So may kipagkita diyan.
Sum of two.
The minimum value of the sum of their squares. So ang ipakita nato is the sum, no? Minimum value of the sum of their squares. Find man, no? Find the minimum value of the sum. So ang ato na i-minimize is sum yapon. Okay? So here we are using the first method. Kasi tawag nato? By substitution. Substitution method. So dili atong gamitan ang comparison method. Para doon sa tay variation sa ato ang solution. No, pwede sa niya sulbo na to kay substitution method. No? O, gawas gapon ang the same result. So, atong gamiton now is by comparison. Comparison method. The second method. No? Sa so, first step.
Draw a figure if necessary.
Pero dili man siya necessary, mo diretso ta sa second step, no? Sa may second step.
Formulate equations.
Formulate equations na dayon ta, okay? Pero before ta mo formulate og equation, ato sang i-define daan ato ang mga variables, no? So the sum of two numbers ba, no? So mulatag x be the first number. Ana, no? Then y will be the second number. Yeah, our S is the minimum sum of their squares. Then formulate equation na yun ta. So may first equation na to, ma-formulate na to.
X plus Y.
From this statement, we can formulate equation.
X plus Y plus
Okay, so x plus y equals 6. Ato siya tawag ng equation number 1. Second equation nga ato ma-formulate.
X squared plus y squared
Yan siya nga statement na po, no? So, x squared
plus y squared
plus y squared
equals
is equal to
S.
the minimum value of the sum. Ingon mo siya, the minimum value of the sum of their squares. Find the minimum value of the sum of their squares. So, yun mo na siya square. X squared plus y squared equals minimum value of the sum. So, equation number 2. So, in comparison, mo differentiate relation, di gaman atong i-equate ang ilahang first derivative. May comparison, atong i-compare ang ilang first derivative, no? Now, what is the derivative of x with respect to x? So we have 1 plus y prime or dy over dx. No? dy over dx is y prime, ano? Para simple lang ato ang symbol niya, y prime na lang, no? Then derivative of 6, 0. Then solve for y prime. What is y prime here? Negative 1. Then, from this equation, ato sa na siya i-differentiate with respect to x. Then kay 2x plus 2y y prime then equal to
ds over dx.
ds over dx. But since this is minimum sum, ato na siya ma-equate to 0. Then solve for y prime. What is y prime here?
Y prime is equal to negative x over y.
Negative x over y. Okay, ato na siya i-transpose ang 2x. Ma-negative 2x siya. Ma-cancel na to ang 2. So, negative x over y. So, ato na siya tagong guys of equation 3 then equation 4. Then we'll say, compare equation 3 and 4. Will equate their first derivative. So, equation 3 equals equation 4. What is y prime in equation 3? What is y prime in equation 4? Y prime in equation 3 is negative 1. Y prime in equation 4 is negative x over y. So therefore, we can cancel this symbol. Our y is equal to x. Or x is equal to y. Right? So if x is equal to y, ato na isang substitute dito sa equation number 1, we can determine the value of x. Diba? Muna sa last step. Use the relation in step 3
To solve
to
for
solve for the
the unknown.
unknowns. Diba? So, ato ni siyang isubstitute dito sa equation 1. So, we can solve for x. Substitute to equation 1. So, we have x plus x equals 6. Because y is equal to x. Therefore, x is equal to 3. X plus x is 2x. Solve for x. 6 divided by 2. So, x is equal to 3. Therefore, y is also equal to
3.
3 since x is equal to y. So if x is equal to 3 and y is equal to 3, what is the minimum sum? So ato na siya isubstitute na value to where? Substitute values to equation 2 to determine the minimum sum. So you have s is equal to 3 squared plus 3 squared. So what's the minimum sum? 9 plus 9. 8. So that is the minimum sum. Ano ito answer? Muna ipakita sa problem. Find the minimum sum of their squares. Okay. Dili din siya may final answer na ito. Ano ito final answer kami? Sum.
Solve na ito kung answer.
Yes, we can solve this substitution also.
Kasi mas taas nito.
Mas taas ang substitution kaysa comparison.
Ang sa answer, ang sa substitution, pwede na po i-solve gamit comparison.
Yes, pwede rin yan. Mabita din siya. Anong gamit ang comparison?
Pwede rin na siya
Kaya siya, pwede ba na siya comparison? Atong gamiton? Kaya siya, pwede na siya substitution. Sa substitution, diri sa equation 1, musolve ka og x in terms of y. Kaya substitute mo diri. Ngayon, imo na yung i-take ang first derivative. Kaya equate to 0.
So, lagi ko na sa 2x plus 2y, y.
Yeah. So the same result lagi ako. So, naman na mo explore na at home, no? So, ito na explore guys, no? Ang alternate solution.
Sir, pwede na ito solve itong mga exercise mo yata, sir?
Asa to?
Itong sa maximum minima, sir. Ay, sa 1 man ko, sir, kay negative ang nasa solve sa squared. Kung imaginary number ang kuan, ang 2 ug 3.
Dili ito musolve ato. Kaya kung musolve ato, malugay na ta.
Pero imaginary itong 2 ug 3, sir.
Oo.
Plus this, sir, ang exercise.
Yes.
Kato na chicken, sir, kay hindi na i-plus.
Dili na. I-keep na sa tanong niya. Para sa niyo, at the end na.
Mga diliran na chicken, sir.
Sa kailangan yung exercises guys, ako lagi na siya gi-signaturean. Wala na ako gi-verify kung sakto ba gina or dili ang inyong exercises. Ang signature ay importante na, no? So, kung inyo nang binuangan og solve diya, pwede na yun, no? Pero o sumbalik lagi po na ninyo, no? Nga, huwag mo magtarong sa inyong exercises. Kay, kung sa may purpose nato sa exercises, practice mo na siya. Para ma-practice mo, di ba? So, tarungan din ninyo. Nga, sakto din yung answer.
9 of 10 round may passer roll niya. Ano yung mga na-checka na mo?
Yeah.
Or mga guys.
O, dyan, bisa na. 9 of 10 records.
Bagong kwan.
Okay, so last example guys, then kailangan mo exercises for applications of maxima and minima, no?
Ansiran, so balay, sir. Dari mo ansiran.
Sa balay na siya, exercises lagi.
Di... Ha?
Practice na ninyo para
Ha?
basig doon yung magawa sana sa exam. Kasi may paina, no?
Sir, saan na takalisod ka na, sir?
Usaw ta kalisod karon dayon next meeting na to mag time race ta.
Time race.
Time race.
Sa time race.
Rate with respect to time.
Ah,
Time rates.
papaspasay, sir?
Pwede mo na ninyo ma-research god, no? Pwede mo na ninyo ma-search god kung saan ang time rates. Kamu pa, muna na ako ninyo ma-research, no?
Time race.
Sir, gano'n sa semifinal, sir?
After intrams.
Oh, maigo man dahil mo ang concert schedule. Okay.
After mag-schedule kita o face-to-face, ano? Saan to ang exam?
Pero January pa, sir.
December.
December. Ay, sir, kanang may pag-idungan na lang sa quiz sa akin.
Ayaw, sir. Pwede Tuesday, sir.
Tuesday after sa interim, sir.
December,
Oh.
ano, sir?
Exam sa calculus.
That's appropriate, no? Tuesday.
Just karong December. Ay, same
Ano
eyes.
ito ang semi-final, no?
December, ano, sir?
Kaya nagpanikad na si Mr. o si Mrs. Kamutig sa exam. Sa semi-final, ha?
Topic ka na, sir. Kasi cover sa semi, sir.
Ang ako coverage, maxima and minima o time rates.
Time rates ang sa semi, sir.
December
Ay, time race. Sabi lang, time race.
Time rates.
Rates.
Rates. Time rates.
December 13, sir.
Come again?
December 13.
December 13, Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Okay.
Exercise.
December 13 ta, mga semi-final.
Yes,
Buwan ko pala.
sir.
Ah, buwan ito pala.
Ha? Face to face ta na, of course.
Hala.
Wala na mo sa online. Face to face na ta.
Naka.
Angon sa man, sir.
Kana sir, gamitan ang formula sa concert. Area sa rectangle.
Oh.
May pag-idungan lang. Siyempre,
Dumat, isunod na lang. Problema sa pagsunod kay
Dua to tunan.
lesson time.
Pareho lang. One, Tuesday na to kay mo man atong sked. Oo.
Okay, so nahuman na mo?
Yes, sir.
So, December 13,
Yes, sir.
Okay. sagol mo sa buntag or kamo-kamo lang? Grabe lang, sir. Ha? Ay, lagi mo.
Kaya ka, sir.
Ano din mo magkikisagol buntag?
Dynamic one, sir.
Sir, lisod kay matas buntag sir ay.
Ha?
Sige, sa buntag, sir.
Sige, okay ra.
December 13 sila, sir. December
13 po din sila, sir. Ang day, sir.
Dili. Monday sila.
Alimot, manggo kay sa buntag sir, may nagabi sir ba?
Fresh ang
Focus.
mind, sir.
Pero okay ra ninyo, sagol mo buntag, pwede dapat.
I mean, yes, sir.
Tulog mo.
Tolong.
Sige, sige, okay ra, no?
Magtuon, magagtama na sir.
Ay, kasama.
December 13,
13. Oo.
Pero bitaw,
Sa
sir.
December 12, no?
Ay di, quiz.
So, advantage mo permit. Eh, mag-una man ang buntag.
Ah, wala may ko. Kuan
May
sir,
kailan
wala
na, sir?
may
May
kailan.
kailan day, sir?
Wala na may kaila de.
Oo.
Okay.
Oo, ilan ako sa day.
Sando doon, sando.
Wala may make mo sa buntag de.
No, sir.
Di mo friends? Ay, friends, no? Mo dahil mo anang buntag mo, matignaw mo na nga gabi.
Kinsay ko for one. 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 For one, ano ba? For one sa inyo.
Pwede lang.
Ano po, sir?
Hindi, wala eh.
Pwede lang.
Kung saan ano nangyari?
Naka.
Bisa po kung sa video-video niya, di kaya mo ka so ka na yung isang. Sige, ato na pa tayo nun, ha? What should be the shape of a rectangular field in a given area if it is to be enclosed with the least amount of fencing? So this time, figure is necessary. So we have to draw a figure first, no? So sa may figure atong i-draw dire?
Rectangle.
Rectangle, no?
Tango, sir.
From the word rectangular field. So we have to draw first the figure, a rectangle. So that's the first step. Then we have to label it, no? So the length of the rectangular field is x, then the width is y. So nipalo na ta sa ato ang rectangular coordinate system. Ang vertical axis is y, ang horizontal axis is x. Then we can define area here. So what is the area? Okay, given area. What is the area here?
X times Y.
X times y. Then if it is to be enclosed by the least amount of fencing, meaning ato ni siyang i-fence ang ato ang rectangular field. Atong i-enclose, atong i-coral, atong koralo, no? Ang atong yuta. Nga gitawag og rectangular field in a form of a rectangle. Nya gipangutan naman ta, what should be the shape? Is it a rectangle or a circle? Ha?
Rectangle lang ba?
Oval.
Is it a rectangle or a circle? Unsa may possible pa niya nga shape?
Oval.
Square? Oblong.
Di sa pwede oblong, no?
Square, sir.
Square.
Square siguro.
Oo, sir.
Pwede, no? So, either square or rectangle like it. Di siya pwede circle, di siya pwede oblong, no? Di po siya pwede triangle.
Rectangular.
Oh, kaya rectangular field dun siya. So, ang simple na good, square or rectangle.
Ano sir? Kanang rhombus or trapezoid?
Di siya pwede. Di siya pwede siya, no? Makita na natin, i-solve na to. Makakonclude lang kita nga mga ni siya. Okay, so ato na siya i-solve, no? Using calculus. So, another equation here nga ma-formulate na to is what? Ano natin first equation? Ano naman itong first equation? Area of the rectangle. Length times the width. So take note, this is length. Yeah, this is width. Yeah, take note also that this width is equal to this width. A rectangle man, di ba? Yeah, this length is equal to this length.
X squared times Y squared.
X squared times y squared. Okay. Kung hisgot ta og fencing, ato na siyang i-measure nga length. Tanan. Kaya ato mo siyang i-enclose ang atong property. Ang perimeter niya, no? So the perimeter is the total measure of the polygon. So what is the perimeter here?
2x plus 2y.
Oh, 2X.
The perimeter is 2x
Plus 2y.
plus 2y. So this is our equation number 2. Why 2x?
Kaya
Okay, duwa man ka side.
Dua ka length.
Parallel side, no? X. Yeah, dire parallel ko siya. Y plus y is 2y. So that's the perimeter. What is the perimeter of a circle?
Pi or 1 pi.
Radius squared pi.
Hmm?
Pi times radius squared
Pi. 2 pi r.
2 pi r.
Equals 2 pi r.
2 pi r.
2 pi r.
2 pi r. Yan ah.
Grade 7.
Or pi d?
Ah, okay. Gutoman na, noy.
Pilay ba yung tennis?
Sir, siya ka din si Sir.
Oh, advertise sa
Measure natin sa tennis ball.
Howard John Leo.
Response yan.
Okay, so may itong gamiton nga method ani? Substitution or comparison?
Comparison guro sir, mas sayon man.
Comparison lang?
Yes.
Okay, so comparison itong gamiton. No?
Choy.
So sa comparison, ato lagi na siya i-differentiate.
Hindi ko ano.
Ang duha ka equation din ato i-compare, no? So first
Sa
equation is
mas modern world.
area equals xy. So differentiate with respect to x. So differential of area over differential of x. Then equal to what? Product. xy is product. So x times y prime plus y.
Why? Oh, okay. Perfect.
Yes. Then equate this to
So, yeah.
0. Then solve for y prime. What is y prime?
Y over negative y over x.
Negative y over x. So call this equation number 3. Then equation 2, ato sa siya i-differentiate with respect to x, dp over dx equals 2 plus 2y prime. Then equate that to 0, then solve for y prime. What's y prime here?
Y prime equal to 0?
No? Negative
Oh, negative 1.
1. Ang positive to, ato i-transpose na rin, negative 2. Yeah, divide by 2, so you have negative 1. Call this equation number 4. Then compare. Compare 3 and 4. So we have to equate their first derivative. Y prime equals y prime. Y prime and 3 is
Y over.
negative y over x. Then
Negative.
y prime and 4 is negative 1.
Ng x, y,
You can
plus
cancel
y.
negative sign.
Kuha man ng y prime.
Our y is equal to x. So if y is equal to x, therefore this is a square.
Square.
Di ba? Pareha naman sila nan.
Hmm.
So therefore the shape is
So square din siya. If y is equal to x, y equals x. So this is x. This is also x.
Then mo na siya, sir.
Square is still a rectangle.
Yes, ano na siya. Therefore, it is a square. It is a square. Okay, mo may ipakita. What should be the shape, man?
Kung equal siya na nagmura yung mga
So, dapat naagin nga word, square.
rectangular field is square.
Kaya ang rectangle, kaya ang square
Okay.
kaya
So
rectangle.
rectangular kay square.
Ato mag-prove.
So dili siya.
Doon naman tayo proof.
kay square siya.
Ato mag-solve.
So,
No?
rectangular siya.
Di ato na yung na verify nga square gid ay. Because the length is equal to the width. Ayan na siya. Pero wala pa ma-equal ang length sa width. Rectangle siya. Okay, so mga na po exercises ninyo. Para muli na ta.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, yeah, may passport.
Pwede mo ito mga on?
Sige.
Network it?
Nagmotor daw.
Paano ni ka na picture eh?
Picturein nyo eh.
Ikaw niya, send
Picturein nyo. Picturein nyo.
Isa na sa mga classmates kay para mahumana ha kay gigutom na sa ikaw. Gabriel. 11 ha? 11 bro. Kasi sa level sa